Okay, so Amy, when I look at this, I mean, this is massive. And I mean, I don't know if it's just because it's zoomed in, but just, I mean, it's intimidating to look at.
It is. And when you see, you know, that perfect little circle, it's like what you see in your textbooks in science class. And it is not just a weak little disheveled storm. It's not just a tropical storm. This is a major Category 3 hurricane, and that's why you have that very distinct eye. And there's actually two little red lines you'll see there. For the last 12 hours or so, we had that eye wall trying to go through this recycling thing that happens with storms, and we had two separate double eye walls actually late last night. So a lot of wind. That's where the biggest wind is, near the center of the storm, those 125-mile-per-hour winds.
I do have a question. Okay. So I'm sorry, I saw you taking a pause. So before we were getting like rain bands and it was coming and going, are we still in that, or is this now, are we going to just get constant rain?
It depends on where you are.
Okay.
So farther north, yes. So like up in Marion County, a little bit into Flagler, still some of our northern spots still getting the, you know, rain band, and then you'll get a break.
Okay.
Exactly, a lull, that's a good word. And then you'll get a break, and then you'll get more. But say from about Sanford south down toward where the center of the storm is, that's just walls of water coming through. That's heavy rain, it's moderate rain, it is downpours, and then of course you have the 50, 60, 70-mile-per-hour winds whipping that rain around.
So when do the 120-mile-per-hour winds are in the eye?
Yes.
Okay. So then, and they extend how far outward?
Yeah, so the hurricane force winds go out from the center about 40 miles. So they're kind of, you know, confined to the center. And as long as we can keep that center off the coast, Brevard County will get the winds a little bit less than that. So we have seen the 75, 80, 85-mile-per-hour winds there right along the coast in Brevard County. And we're actually starting to get some stronger winds in Daytona now, too.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's moving.
Yes, so we're starting to get definitely those strong winds wrapping around the center of this. These are the latest sort of nuts and bolts. Here's the bottom line with this. It is moving parallel to the Florida coast. Extreme wind expected. In fact, we have an extreme wind warning in effect right now. Kyle's going to tell you more about what that means and who it's for in just a few seconds here. Storm surge is still a concern, especially for Flagler and Volusia counties. The storm hasn't made it to you yet. You're still going to see this as we head through the rest of the morning. And of course, the flooding rains are a problem as well. The storm is expected to slowly weaken, but I mean slowly. We go from 120 down to 115 with those winds by the time it gets to about here. So we are going to be dealing with these extreme winds for the next several hours as the storm heads to the north and northwest. And then it will weaken more as it pulls away from us and curves around off the coast of the Carolinas. So you can kind of see that here. 115 by 2 o'clock this afternoon. That will be the wind speed, the maximum winds, down to 105 overnight into early Saturday morning, and then down to Cat 1 status with even winds at 75 miles per hour off the coast of North Carolina on Sunday. And then the storm curves around. We've been talking about this for a couple of days. Haven't spent a lot of time on it, but the storm is expected to curve around. It will weaken, though, as it does as we head into the middle of next week. But the rain, the flooding rain and the flooding concerns is what we've been watching, because as like Michelle said, here's the, you know, little pockets of rain that's a little bit lighter, and then you get some breaks here in some of our inland spots. But starting right around here from Daytona Beach, basically I-4 south down to where the center of the storm is, that's just a wall of water, and it's just coming in with these really big wind gusts whipping that rain around. So much rain has fallen that we have a flood warning that has been posted, and this is in effect until 8:30 this morning. So it's only 6 o'clock now. 2.5 more hours anticipating this rain to continue falling in Brevard County, parts of Seminole, and all of Volusia as well. And so that's the places where all of that water is going to pour around the center of the storm as it lifts to the north. So it's not just the water, it's also, of course, the wind that's whipping it. But so far, most of Brevard County has picked up anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of rain, and we're going to get more, several more inches, in fact. And of course, last night we had the flooding rain here. Sanford, parts of Seminole County, Longwood picked up 3, 4, 5, even 6 inches of rain in parts of Seminole County. So already dealing with quite a bit of rain from last night, and now when more rain rolls through today, that's why parts of northern Seminole County and Volusia are under this flood warning until 8:30 this morning. So center of the storm about 40 miles from the Cape. It's about 90 miles from Daytona Beach, continuing to move off to the north and northwest. Again, those yellow colors that you see, those are big downpours, and then inside those gusts, that becomes that blinding rain. So right along I-4, rolling through Seminole County, Orange County, heading south, just about to head over the attractions. Another little line of heavy rain here inside some really strong winds along I-95. So we have had those gusts there. It's not like those winds are calm there. Those winds are really starting to gust. So we have this extreme wind warning that is in effect along the coast for Brevard County. Kyle Gravelin's been talking more about the winds. He'll be back in a minute with an update. First, though, we want to go back to Jason and Michelle.